media was so overwhelming. God. And I was exhausted and I needed to go. It was time to go, so I deleted it. Hi family, welcome back to my channel. It's the journey with Sum Sum again. My name is Oluwasimisola Adegbamigbe, and today's video is going to be a chit chat slash I deleted all my media for 2 weeks, and I took a break off social media. So I have this ever constant fear of social media, and I always leave when I feel very overwhelmed. And why did this happen? So at the beginning of this year, January, I think at exactly 12 a.m., January 1st, 2022, I was so overwhelmed. I was worried, I was afraid, and I got to a depressed state that I wasn't really feeling good about myself. So what did I do? I decided that it was time for me to go off social media for a while, delete it, and come back when I had the energy. So I think this is something that we fail to realize. We fail to realize that when we feel very overwhelmed and worried, we need to remove that thing that makes us feel overwhelmed. Not until when we get to the side or the state of depression, before we then leave that certain thing that is making us feel depressed. I was really overwhelmed and I was worried. I was seriously worried, and I found out that I was laughing at things that wasn't even funny. I was laughing, I'm like, what's funny? There's nothing funny there. And I'm the kind of person that I don't laugh until it's that funny to me. But I realized that Sum was laughing at what wasn't funny. I'm like, what's funny? So that was a point. At that point, I realized that something is wrong somewhere. So at night, I was going through my phone. I was scrolling through. I saw this. I saw a lot of things. I saw people saying, "Oh, 2021 was a banger. I did this. I bought a car. I bought a house. I'm getting married." People were getting proposed to, and a lot was happening on social media at the end of 2021. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I noticed because I was looking. I was going from Instagram to TikTok to WhatsApp to Twitter to every social media account. I was going back to back for me, so it felt like I was obsessed. I was constantly checking to see what was happening in other people's life, and I wasn't reflecting on the good things that happened in my own life. So I became so worried and I was down. I wasn't really eating well. And the funny thing is that I realized this trend a week before January 1st. I realized that something was happening to me. I noticed. Come on, I noticed. But I was like, I'm a big girl. I can overcome it. Ain't no oppression or addiction here. Girl, there was oppression and there was addiction. I was so obsessed with always checking my social media account. I would wake up in the morning and the first thing is turn on my mobile data, receive all my messages, check, who asked of me, who's greeting me today, what's popping today, what challenge can we do on TikTok, how can I make my Instagram more lively, what can I do to make my YouTube trend, things like that. It was a constant struggle. Plus, I think was it the night after, my dad called me and he was saying something my YouTube wasn't really doing well. So let me pause and beg you people, the crowd people, I beg you, please subscribe to my channel. Click the subscribe button, comment, share with your friend. At least get me to 200 subscribers, right? I'm at 150 subscribers right now and I need to get to 200. Can we do it? Can we do that for Sum? So please subscribe, join the family. I'm begging you. Do I have to kneel down? Do I seriously have to kneel down for this? I don't? Okay, thank you. So subscribe to my channel, please. Let me make my father proud and make me proud. Most importantly, me proud. So I took the break off to re-strategize about my YouTube, about the time I'm going to be spending on social media, so that I wouldn't become so obsessed or addicted to it to the point where I fail to see the positive things that are happening in my life. So after I left social media, the first thing I decided to do, which was actually smart of me, yes, I'm smart, was that I decided to read books. Now, we're not talking about romance novels here, no. We're talking about books, kind of like Ben Carson kind of books, Ron Clark's kind of books, books that drive you to think and educate you on a topic or something that might be happening in your life. So apart from reading other magazines and stuff, I decided to pick up a new habit or a new hobby of reading books. So I read 2 books. No, actually I finished 1 book and I'm on my 2nd book right now. Are you guys so proud of me? Hey, clap for Sum Sum. I'm so proud of me. See, I'm smiling because this is genuine. This is like at peace kind of smile. I used to give like fake smiles in my pictures and my friends would notice, but now this is genuine kind of smile, the smile that comes from, you know, inner peace. You know that, right? You know inner peace, right? Oh, you got it. This is the first book I finished. It's called Move Your Boss and it's by Ron Clark. This book is really is exciting. Like, I was reading through this book and I was laughing. I'm like, so books can make me feel this way. I used to think only movies and especially Korean dramas can make me feel happy and excited and make me laugh. But I found out that reading books actually help me, but I just need to pick the right book. This is something, guys. If you can get your hands on this book, read it. You would enjoy it. Now, most of the things I learned from this book is it kind of like describes the kind of people we have at a company. So in every company, you have the runners, the joggers, the walkers, the riders, and the drivers. And it described all these different roles. It describes their character, how they act, and how they will act in the company. So the owner of this book is actually a teacher, and he has an academy called Ron Clark Academy. And the fact that he said a lot in this book and also applied it to his company made me happy, because he was not just a sayer or a talker, but a doer of what he says. You get what I'm trying to say, right? You get what I'm trying to say, right? So it was kind of like a motivation for me. It's like, yes, I know in 2021 I did set a lot of goals and I did try to achieve them, but did I put in my effort as much as I should to achieve these goals? So while I might be a jogger or a walker in some aspect of my life, I'm trying to aim for the runner's position, if you get. So when you read this book, I think you understand what I'm trying to say. Let me just read out how it describes all these different roles. So he said the runners consistently go above and beyond what is required. So runners go above and beyond what is required. So they try to do more, they push themselves to do more. They are always at the forefront, always trying to, you know, try out new things, push themselves to the limit. Joggers, they just do their jobs well without pushing themselves. They're not really about the stress. Who wants to stress them? They don't want to stress. They just want to at least just cover the area that is in their JD. That's their job description. And once they're done with that, their job description, that's all. Runners are like, they push beyond that limits. And then the walkers, they're just getting pulled along. They're not ready to do anything. They don't want to complete that job description they have. They just like, push me anywhere you want me to go to. And something about the workers is that they try to convince people not to do their job or go beyond. So they want everybody to be like them and just drag their feet along. Like, they're not trying to move the company ahead. They just want, you know, to be there and to lounge, to be freestyling. As far as the company is doing well and is paying them, they don't care. That's workers. They just want to be pushed along. The worst category of people are the riders. The riders don't want to do nothing. They don't even want to do JD. They don't want to do their job description. They don't want to do anything. They just sit on their chair, put their legs on their table, and they're lounging. They're just there. They're just there. So they only just mark attendance and they're cool. And the driver is the person that takes care of everybody. So the driver is kind of like the CEO. So while I don't have a big company right now, and I might one day, I learned also from the drivers some distance. So the driver's work is to motivate everybody and try to at least make sure that everybody is pushing themselves to get to the point of the runners. They are not to discourage the runners. They are to help the joggers to move ahead to the runner position, and also try to assist the walkers to see if they can even jog before they start running. Because to run, you need to jog first and then you run. Something like that. This book has really helped me. I know I'm in a company setting. I work with a company, and I had to like reflect back on how I did my job the last year. While I was a jogger at my work in 2021, I planned to be a runner, and even if I felt so bad that I didn't get like replies back from the different jobs I applied for, I don't think I'm going to decrease my efforts. I'm going to try harder this year and hopefully and gain like more skills. Yeah, I'm just hoping on Jehovah. Like, I had to stop worrying and start like hoping on Jehovah, because we all want to be at that point where we are excited about the things that are happening in our life and we are achieving our goals, we're making it, we're hitting this, we're crossing it out from the book, but we fail to remember the positive things that happen in our life. So another friend of mine called to remind me that. So when he called, he was like, a lot is happening in people's life that they don't show on social media. So you need to always calm yourself down and think back on what is happening that is positive in your life. For example, he said, Sum, you're alive. Sum, your family is in good health. Sum, you are healthy. Is that not something to be grateful for? So at least if you say one thing that you saved in 2021 that God helped you to save is your life, guy, that's enough. That is enough, guy. It's enough. Like, the fact that you're alive means that you still have the opportunity to work towards those goals you had already set in 2021. Where I'm coming from. Yeah, okay. Let's continue. So after reading this book, I picked another one. Yeah. And I chose Ben Carson for the first time. Guys, I have never read a Ben Carson book, but I chose Ben Carson for the first time, and I am loving this book. I can't wait to know what's happening. Like, I'm excited to know what will happen to the Bijani twins. Will Ben Carson succeed? Is the risk worth it? Like, I'm anxious. I'm supposed to be reading this book right now, but I'm like, let me shoot this video, finish first, eat, and then I'll come back to it. So I like this book. So, and the reason why I chose this next is because I'm at a stage in my life where I need to take more risks, but calculated risk. Calculative or calculated? Sure, reasonable risk. Because I'm a very indecisive person, and I fear a lot when I'm about to make a decision. So I'm trying to correct that about me and fix it. So if I do fix it and I end up fixing it, I'll tell you guys. I just started, but let me give you guys the gist and the juice. So Ben Carson traveled to Singapore to perform a chronophage surgery on a conjoined twin. So now these twins, they are called the Bijanis, and they are attached to themselves through the brain. So they have this like attachment at a 130-degree angle. So it was like a really tough surgery, and Ben Carson had originally declined the surgery. He said he wasn't going to do the surgery. So until one day he asked himself like 4 questions. It is, what is the best thing that can happen if I do this? So what's the best thing that can happen if I make this decision? What's the worst thing that can happen if I do this? What's the worst thing that can happen if I make this decision? The third one, what's the best thing that can happen if I don't do it? And what's the worst thing that can happen if I don't do it? So Ben Carson realized that it shouldn't be about his reputation. It should be about helping these twins live a separate life and give them a better life, something like that. So he traveled down to Singapore. He met with them again. Their determination to go through with the surgery really made Carson feel like, if they are this determined, who am I to stop them? These 2 women were at a position where nobody would understand their situation unless you were put in their shoes. So a lot of people would have judged them that, oh, you grew, you were able to manage till like you got to 29, so why can't you push to 60 something?
But Ben Carson didn't say that. Rather, he said these words in page 18 of the book. He said there's a lot of things in life beyond our human ability, knowledge and control, but there is nothing beyond God. And I really appreciated the fact that before he left, he said something again to the twins. He said, I have never known a case yet where worry helped, so I'm going to say my prayers tonight before I go to sleep. I hope you do the same. I believe if we do that, we'll all have less to worry about tomorrow. So this got to me and reminded me about the scripture that says that throw your anxiety on God and free yourself of all the burdens you are worried about. So basically, it's just kind of like a reminder, telling us to stop being worried and, focus on the things that we can handle and give the ones that we can't to God. So I really I was really happy that I got to like pick this book next, and I'm reading it, and I hope it's going to help me take calculated risk, help me stop worrying, and stop being overwhelmed. So that's what happened, and that's what I'm working on, and hopefully I succeed. So this would be the end of the video, guys. I hope you got like 1 point or two, and I've given you like a book that you would want to read, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Thank you very much for watching, and joining this chit chat with me. See you next time. Bye.